Yo, what's good, fam? It's your boy. Welcome back to the Real News Podcast. Today, we are diving straight into the fire. President Trump's tariff strategy and what his man, Peter Navarro, has been spilling on the news. Now, this ain't no fluff piece. This is about your wallet. This is about your job and America's backbone. So listen up. Trump has been playing chess, and I've said this all the time, while the rest of the world is stuck on checkers. Now, Peter Navarro is out here dropping truth bombs like 90 deals in 90 days, so buckle up because we're going to break it down raw and unfiltered. Now, if you are not subscribed to my X, go ahead and go over to x.com and check out Real News 411. Let me go ahead and go over to my X right now. And let's check out a couple of videos about reciprocal tariffs. This is one video that I wanted to show you guys from Face the Nation here.
But I say it's a big ask because it takes time to negotiate. It could take you longer than 90 days, right? So does that mean this 90-day reprieve could continue to be renewed? I mean, do you know what happens at the end of 90 days? Is that the amount of time you have to negotiate deals with the 70 countries the White House says are calling?
Well, I'm considering that we have 90 days. Before April 2nd, we were already having many talks with other countries because everyone knew tariffs were coming. This was not some secret. Everyone knew, and so we already were in conversations with several countries. It's going to be up to these countries to come to the table, continue coming to the table, and make these kinds of offers. The reality is we're working around the clock, day and night, sharing paper, receiving offers, and giving feedback to these countries with respect to how they can better achieve reciprocal trade with the United States.
But 90 days could be a rolling deadline, is what I hear you saying.
Well, I would not say that. In the president's cabinet meeting last week, he was asked about this, and he said, well, we'll see. I mean, my goal is to get meaningful deals before 90 days, and I think we're going to be there with several countries in the next few weeks.
Got some things going on with Peter Navarro. I'm going to check this one out real quick. I also did post on my X. Like I said, if you are not subscribed to my X, run on over. You'll find some more information on that.
Well, we love Wall Street, Jesse, but we love Main Street a whole lot better. And look, this president, Donald John Trump, is going to have the most miraculous 100 days of any president in history. But now, on top of that, we're going to have the most impressive 90 days negotiating trade deals that you've ever seen in your life, all to the benefit of America. And what's so cool about this, Jesse, is that the president took the strongest of stands. He imposed the reciprocal tariffs on them. He charged them what they've been cheating us. And the fact that they're lining up is an acknowledgement, first and foremost, of the cheating. And it's going to be a way of clawing back billions upon billions of dollars. You know, we're taking in a couple of $1 billion a day now in the tariffs alone. We used to ship out $4 billion a day because of the trade deficit. And it's the art of the reciprocal trade deal. Yesterday, I think, will go down in history as the greatest day in trade policy we've ever had. I mean, it's just amazing what's going to happen. But I should say, Jesse, I want to put a shout out to Speaker Mike Johnson today, because everything we do on trade is going to be complemented by other things. And today, the fact that Speaker Johnson got that budget resolution passed essentially paves the way for the biggest, broadest tax cut in our history to be done before August. So all these talks about recession and this, that, and the other thing, I mean, the biggest insurance policy against any kind of recession is going to be that tax bill. And every dollar, Jesse, every single dollar, I promise this, that we raise from foreign nations, from the tariffs, is going to go back to Americans in the form of tax cuts and in the form of debt reduction.
In the form of debt reduction. There you go. I want to pump off one video real quick before I start going in and start getting to the meat of it. Let's bump out these videos before I start getting into the meat of it. And I'll break it down.
So we're going to run 90 deals in 90 days is possible. The boss is going to be the chief negotiator. Nothing's done without him looking very carefully at it. He has such a fine attention to detail. Scott Bessent is going to handle countries like Japan and South Korea, where there's a lot of currency issues associated with that. And then you have good. Kevin Hassett, who you had many times on your show, who's really, really good analytically, and also is carrying the football with Scott on the tax policy, which is an important part of our situation.
Yeah,
Stephen Miller is doing a beautiful job coordinating things. And J.D. Vance has just been a breath of fresh air. I knew Mike Pence well. I liked Mike, but Mike didn't know anything about policy, and he was hamstrung by this guy, Mark Short, who was his chief of staff, who destroyed Pence's career. So we're going to run 90 deals in 90 days.
Like I said, I'm going to get to the meat of it. Now, what are tariffs? Now, these are taxes on stuff that are coming into the country, plain and simple. All right. Now, Donald Trump is using them like a sledgehammer to smash unfair trade deals and pretty much protect American workers. Right. We're trying to get as much jobs in the United States for American workers. Right. Now, early this month, the United States had dropped the White House, dropped the 10% baseline tariff on all foreign imports, right? Everything coming in gets hit. Then they threw in these reciprocal tariffs. Some countries getting slapped harder because they've been taxing our goods like it's a free-for-all. Free lunch, pretty much, right? Now, Donald Trump ain't just swinging wild. He hit the brakes with a 90-day pause on those higher tariffs. For 90 days, it's back to 10% all across the board, giving these nations a chance to step up and negotiate. Now, Peter Navarro is hyped, saying, you just saw him, saying this is unfolding exactly how we drew it up. A dominant scenario, he called it. Just saw him meet the press. Now, he's even predicted 90 deals in 90 days, and that's real bold. Now, Peter Navarro is also out there saying that Trump knew that the countries would come running to bargain once he flexed those tariffs. And guess what? Over 75 nations already hitting up the United States looking to talk. But here's the real talk. It's going to take work, or are we just going to be setting up ourselves for higher prices and chaos? That's what we're going to dig in today, right? So let's run the timeline. April 1st, 2025, boom. The White House says 10% tariffs on all imports, plus those reciprocal hits on big-time traders. Now, that's Donald Trump sending a message. You mess with us, we're going to mess with you right back. Then you got April 10th. He flips the script and says 90 days pause on higher tariffs. Now, back to 10%, giving everybody a breather to figure out the next move. Now, what's reciprocal mean? If some country is taxing our cars 25%, we're taxing their junk 25%. Fair is fair, right? Peter Navarro saying that this pause is a birdie, a slick move for the American people. Businesses get a minute to adjust, and countries get 90 days to cut a deal before the hammer drops again. I don't want y'all to sleep, though, because this could go sideways. If them deals don't happen, prices at the store could climb, and ain't nobody want to feel that. So for the next 3 months, we're going to tell us, it is really going to tell us if Trump is a genius or we're going to just be holding the bag on this. So the world's watching, and they're moving. Peter Navarro saying over 75 countries, 75, are knocking on our door, trying to dodge them big tariffs. Now that's real power, fam. Real power. Donald Trump got him shook right now. Somebody play shook once. And now it's negotiating time. Now what's on the table? Maybe they lower the tariffs on our stuff, and so far our farmers, our factories could eat off of that. Donald Trump is flipping the script on trade imbalances. America's first, period. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it a buck. That's all talk. These talks ain't a cakewalk. These countries might dig in and play hardball, and we're left with nothing but stalled deals and higher costs. Now, if Trump does pull this off, though, we got jobs, money, and power. Somebody play the locks. America wins big. It's a gamble, but your boy's betting on the Don to deliver, for sure. You got China, they a whole different beast. There ain't no 90-day pause for them. Donald Trump is cranking it up to 125% tariffs on top of the 20% that they already have right now. That's a gut punch in my book. And Beijing is trying to punch back with their own tariffs. We got a trade war. April 12th, Donald Trump says, hold up, electronics are off the hook. You got phones, laptops, all the tech are from China are exempt. And you know why, right? Jacking up your iPhone price will have y'all rioting in the streets, and I guarantee it, and he knows it. Plus, it's a chess move. You got to keep China on their toes. This ain't no soft play, though. With them 125% tariffs scream, we ain't scared. Telling you that's what it screams. We screaming in the face of China. Now, will China fold and negotiate or what? Or we go double down and make this ugly? That's the showdown we watching right now. All right, so that's it, fam. Donald Trump's tariffs game is in full effect. 90 days to make deals. China is getting hammered and electronics is catching a break. Peter Navarro's calling it a slam dunk. 90 deals in 90 days on deck. But it ain't all sunshine, though. I mean, if them talks flop, then prices go up. I mean, we could be feeling it. Now, if it works, America's eating good. Now, hit that like button if you ride with me. Subscribe if you're not already. Share with somebody who needs to hear it. Until next time, stay smart, stay sharp, and I'll see you all in the next one, man. Peace.